Okay, my name is Emmanuel Okonkwo, an IT professional and also a trainer. Uh, Today is my wedding anniversary. I'm dedicating this training to my wedding anniversary day. That's why I pushed it to today, so that I can give back to the community, to the group, all I have gathered over the years. Today, we are going to look at how to leverage on open source uh, solution to develop something reasonable that we can use called infrastructure network monitoring tools. We can call it infrastructure network monitoring tools. We can call it a network monitoring tools because it helps us to monitor uh, the hard disk, CPU usage, and helps us to monitor timeout. If in a data center, you have a lot of servers in your data center, so you don't know when a server suddenly times out. So this tool helps you to know as an administrator that so server is disconnected from the network, and we throw an alert to you as an administrator. You get the alert on your email. You can also get a report, an update, and either give it to your boss. Look at what has happened this week. The uptime, the network has been steady. You can use it to make your IT policies to know what is actually going on in your environment. And that's why this is very important. Now, we want to start straight away. Checkmk. Why do we use Linux? Checkmk is a comprehensive software package which basically requires Linux as its operating system. Why? Linux is an excellent platform for the operation of Checkmk because it is very performant and stable, and many important tools are already integrated. Alongside this is the pleasant side benefit of the availability of completely free distributions of Linux. It can either be with Debian, it can be with Ubuntu or Saint OS, which are enterprise capable and supported by Checkmk. Understand that Linux is an open source. I want to show you and teach you how you can leverage on open source to achieve whatsoever you want to achieve. You can use your open source to achieve ERP software. Um, you can use it to achieve your PBS. You can use it to achieve a lot of things. Every solution we have that is paid, we also have such version with open source. That is the benefit and the advantage, the advanced world they are using over us. Somebody, a country like India, they leverage on open source to build a solution that will give them empowerment, and they employ us to come and work for them. But we don't see it that way. But today's class, I'm going to open your eyes to see that beyond this Checkmk, you can use this open source to achieve quite a whole lot of things. So we are moving straight to, to our lab. I'm going to set up my virtual space, virtual environment, and install my Saint OS. Then we'll kick off from there. So as installation goes on, we'll be talking. So I hope you can see my screen. If you can't see at any point in time, please alert me and let me know what is going on. I'm starting from scratch so that you will know exactly what is going on. Okay. I'm creating my server. Virtual server is also like a physical server. You should understand. It has everything like a motherboard, like hard disk, like a RAM, all those things. So I want to provision a new uh, VM. So I'm choosing my Linux. I choose Saint OS 7 because it's more stable. I can give it a name depending on what I want to achieve. I give it a space of my hard disk. So remember, at this point, you don't just check out because my memory space is just 1 gig, which I want to increase so that we can have a very fast operation. Let me see if 4 gig can go. The processor, I want to that's why, as a tech person, it's very good you have a very good system so that you can have a lot of resources to play with. I'm having my laptop with 12 gig RAM, Core i5, so I can assign some cores to my virtual space. Okay, I want to assign my ISO file of CentOS 7. It won't run. This is okay. I want it to be a bridge so that it will get internet for my physical system. I think I'm good. Can I have 5? So I power on my system. So we are basically installing uh, CentOS. Remember, CentOS is also from Red Hat. We have Red Hat. We have different version. We have Red Hat. We have Ubuntu. We have SUSE. We have Mandrake. Whichever one you are comfortable with. All you just need to do is just to check for the command. The command might look a slight difference. Of course, I have my English, my date and time. I want to change. I want to change my date and time. I want to choose Africa. And I want to use Lagos. Of course, I click done. My installation sucks. Software, good. Now, I want to use minimal install. I can also install GNOME or server with GUI. If I want to have the GUI version of it, I will install this guy. But I want to conserve my memory. I'm installing only, just like you having only DOS. That is what I want to install. So I have my minimal install. I install my compatibility libraries, my development tools, my security tools, and system administration tools. Take notes. Those are the things I want to install. I use done. Okay. My KDOM, I disable it. I click done. If you take note, my installation is grayed out. So I click done. Can you see my installation button has come up? At this point, I'm going to give you the root password. Root is an administrator. 12345.com. 12345.com. So at this point, my installation is going on. Take note, I've given it a root password. I don't want to create any user. I don't want to create any user. I just want root to manage it. So my installation, if you take note, I'm installing kernel devil 141 of 431, depending on what I install. For those of you just joining, I want to welcome you to this section. This is Cairo Vitek bringing this live important training to your desk. It's a rich training. I remember when I wanted to pick up my new job, I was asked, "What are you bringing to the table?" I told them, as a network administrator or as a system administrator, I can design this to make my job easier. And remember, this package is a package you can put together and sell to an organization. It's an enterprise solution and you can make money from it. It's a free solution that you can make your money and rest. So why so many will be telling you there's no job, so many will be telling you they don't do this. You can package all these solutions. You can push them out and you'll see them running for you. So that's why it's very important you pay attention, you take your notes, and you listen. It may be a bit complex because you are new to it, but listen very well and ask appropriate question. Okay, so the installation is ongoing. I'm installing CentOS 7. Why 7? Just because it's a bit stable. We have 8, we have CentOS string, but I'm actually using 7. If you choose to use 8, it's not a problem. If you choose to use stream, it's not a problem. All you just need to do is to check online for the documentation according to the OS you are using. For example, I'm installing Chekemke. You can see on my screen, how to install CheckMK monitoring tool on CentOS 7. So it gives you the guide. What I'm just teaching you is just the steps and principles. And you may not cram everything I do, but just understand the principles. So the principle will guide you in every other things you are doing. That is the key I'm giving you this morning. Just the principle of doing it. I can go online and get this guide and share it. I can also see other things like a chat utility, like a Zoom that you see people using, like this team we are using this morning. You can develop an open source of it. Just go online, Google, type how to develop Zoom or online meeting aid on either CentOS 7 or CentOS 8 or Ubuntu or whichever OS you are comfortable with. It gives you the guide. It gives you the breakdown. You use the guide and you will get what you want to get. And you will discover that from then you will become a star. That is just the key I decide to give you this morning. Don't just cram word for word. Get the key. The key will work for you. So let's look at our installation and see how it goes. Okay. I'm performing post installation, meaning it's just about rounding up. Once my installation is completed, we will proceed. I will show you how to do update, but I may not do update because of time. But I will show you the command is very important to do update so that you can, it will help you to update all those packages. So once my CentOS is ready, I will spend some minutes to show you how to administer Linux, how to configure certain things, configure your network, how to administer it and navigate around it. That's a plus before proceeding to the business of the day, CheckMK. So if you need to ask me anything, you can unmute yourself and ask me why the installation is going on. Or if you have any question, either related, just feel free, because we're just waiting for the installation to get completed.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I just want to know, is there no window version to this? Or is it strictly for Linux?
Okay. It is the reason why it goes for Linux is that so many supportive apps they are on Linux, and Linux is open source. Windows is owned by somebody and is closed up for its purpose. So the reason why I'm actually using Linux is that I'm bringing out something that is free. You can use leverage on something that is free to still achieve what you want to achieve. If you want to go for Windows now, remember you are going to buy your license, and the license you are going to buy user cards. How many people are accessing it? You understand? So that's why it's always good to be on Linux. And take note, most of your appliances, most of your network devices, network gears, your routers, your switches, their OS, they are Linux. So it manages everything for you. Even your VMware base is Linux. Even Windows, the back end is still running on Linux. And Linux is very secured that worm and Trojan cannot break through, cannot affect, unlike Windows. Windows has a lot of tasks running on it, but not so with Linux. That is why if you are doing any viable application, is very important you use your Linux. That is why as a tech professional, you are not complete if you have not known Linux. You must know Linux. You can see some of these job descriptions of today will tell you system support or system administrator. Look at the breakdown, they will put it there, ability to be able to manage Linux, manage users on Linux and manage this. So that's why it's important to know Linux. You also know your Windows that you have known by default. You also know how to use Linux. So I'm going to show you some basic things that will make Linux interesting, that will not make it cumbersome, because I know most of us, we are just using Linux for the first time. I'm just going to show you some basic things that will help you to set up your Linux and you'll be fine. I don't know if you are clear. My Linux is completed. I'm rebooting
Yes.
it. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
So I'm rebooting it. After rebooting my Linux, the first thing I want to do is to put it on the network. I want to put it on the network, and please take note of all I am doing. The command is just pure command line. The command I'm going to use to put it on the network. So my administrator is root in Linux. My password 12345.com. I am in. Now take note. This prompt, hash prompt, shows you I am the administrator. And if I've created users for anybody, I've created users for you. Once you log in, it won't give you this prompt. It will give you a $sign showing you are limited, you are a user. So if you want to enjoy admin right on that note, you can use SU. SU is switching, giving you that privilege to be able to use it. But now we want to see how to put this guy on the network. But before I put it on the network, I want to shut down SE Linux. Take note, it's an interview question. SE Linux is a kind of security on Linux that blocks some certain things. I don't need it at this point. How do I block it? My SE Linux. I want to use a text editor called VI, just like Notepad on Windows. I have my VI, I have my Nano, but I'm comfortable more with my VI. I can use Vim also if I choose, but let me use VI. etc is my directory, SE Linux, then config. Good. Now you can see my SE Linux, it is enforcing. Look at it, I have three options. I have enforcing, I have permissive, I have disabled. I want to disable it. I don't want it enforcing. I'll click on it on my keyboard. I can't type automatically. Before I type, I will press I on my keyboard. Key I. Key I. That is letter I. I press it. That is insert mode. That is when I can now edit. You can see me, I've deleted it. I type disabled. Now, one thing I want you to understand, I have typed, I want to save. For you to save, number one, you press escape on your keyboard. Escape key. The second key you press is hold down your shift and press your colon. The next thing you do is WQ. You can see it. So it has taken me out. Look at what I typed. Your escape key plus WQ. And you know, for you to get this sign, you must hold down your shift key to get this. So this is the command to save on my VI editor. If you're using Nano, it may be different. Either VI or Vim is same command. Now, if I don't want to save, it will be, maybe I made an error. I just want to exit, quit without saving. That is a command. Please, I beg you, take notes because I will be using it often. WQ to save. Okay. Now, I want my screen to come to the top. I will use my clear command. Clear. Can you see? I am up again. Number one, I have disabled my SE Linux. I want to reboot. To reboot on Linux, init, you type init 6. Init 0 is shut down. Init 0 is shut down. Init 6 is reboot. But we don't have all the time. I didn't think we have all the time. I would have shown you, maybe next class, if I have the privilege to come to you again, I will show you how you can reset or break the root password of Linux. If in case I forgot my password, how do I get into Linux? There is a way around it. You can also look up online, you will see. I am in again. I've disabled my SE Linux. So take note. Let me ping. It won't respond because I have not configured the network. Now I want to configure my network now. vi/etc/sysconfig/network script ifcfg you can tap. At this point, you can tap to know your network interface. This is my network interface here. ifcfg e. Good. Don't get confused. Look at, I must use insert mode to edit. Look at it, it's DHCP. I don't want DHCP. I want to use static. Okay, let me even use DHCP. Let me see the IP it will give me. so that I will use that IP as static. DHCP. But what you need to do here is on boot, you must turn it to yes. Else, as you are rebooting your machine, it will disconnect you from the network if this guy is not yes. And take note, each time you run any command, you change anything, you restart the file rather than restarting the entire system. How do I restart? System CTL restart network. Can you see? I can ping Google, meaning I've configured successfully my network. But DHCP, take note, I'm going to change it to static. I just want to see my DHCP so that I will know the IP it gives it, so I can change it and use what I want. Now, I want to use my IP config, normal IP config on Windows, but on Linux is IF config. You can see it is not working. I need to install my network tools. For you to do any installation on Linux, you will use yum install network tools. Yum install network tools. We have disabled SC Linux. We have configured configured our system to be on the network. I am installing network tools so that I'll be able to use IF config okay. Okay. The IP address I'm getting here is 192.168.55.10. You can see it here. 192.168.55.10. Okay. I go back. etc sysconfig network script if cfg I change this to static. Then come under IP ADDR. That is how to put it. 192.168.55.10. Net mask 255. Gateway. DNS 1, because I want to use two DNS 192.168.55.1. DNS 2 192.168.57.4. DNS 3 8 Take note, you have to restart system CTL, restart network. Good. Now, ping 8888. I am good. Ping google.com. I am not good. So, okay, I am also good. Google.com. Okay, I am also good. I can ping by name, I can ping by IP. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I want to use PuTTY. I want to show you how to connect 192.168.55.10. I want to use PuTTY. Put. I'm connecting remotely 12345.com. Okay, so I'm no longer using this interface. I'm using my PuTTY. Okay, so I've successfully configured my network. Good. So straight away, I'll be using some tools to push my installation. But let's go back. I've not done updates. This is how to do update. Yum update. It will take my time. I don't have firewall to shut down. There's no firewall on it. That's the command. These people are using Nano. I am not using Nano. I am using VI. So you can see I've disabled my SC Linux. You can see init cease to reboot. So the next thing now is to install Checkmk. That's the next thing.
That implementation done. That's why I said that I'll need to know who is doing what exactly. So maybe we can just take it outside this call and probably discuss on it on how we are going to approach it.
This is just the importance of using my PuTTY. I will not be able to use copy and paste on. Can you see? I am done. I will not be able to copy and paste on this environment, on my virtual environment, but I can do that on PuTTY. Very easy. Okay. The next thing I want to do is to install. I've installed my OpenSSL. If it is on Windows, you have to buy this, your certificate. So I want to install my PuTTY, but this link is no longer working. Take note, widget is a command to download. Then come here, if you copy it and put it on a browser, you will discover it is not working. So the link is not working again. Now, I'm bringing you to Checkmk archive itself, where you can do your download. If you understand how to navigate around it, you will be able to successfully install your Checkmk. Now, look at it here. This first one, this is of Ubuntu. If you're using Ubuntu, if you're using Debian, if you're using Slice or you are using Red Hat or CentOS. If I'm using Red Hat, that's why I clicked on this to download what I want. This is on CentOS 7, CentOS 6, CentOS 5. I'm using CentOS 7. That's why I will have to download this first one. I can copy it. And take it to my putty to download. It's telling me it is not found. Now, I'm telling you, there is always a way around what we do. Now, if it is not found, copy the URL alone. Paste it and pull it. They don't want you to be able to access it, but let me pause because I've downloaded it. They don't want you to access it, but I've downloaded it. So once I have it already, 1.4, I will use what we call Win SCP. You need to have all those tools to push Win NCP. Sorry, I have to change. Give it an IP Win NCP 55.10 root. My password 5.com. I am in already. Good. So I have my download. This is my download. Look at it here. So in my asterisk folder, so I will just go there. Asterisk folder. Good. So, meaning this will come to my root. Look at it, root. This is my own system towards my left. My right is my Linux box. So I choose 1.4 that I want to install. I move it, I drag it here. Good. Let's go to my Linux box. Let me clear. Please be learning those commands little by little. I use LL to list. And you see, it is already there. It's already there. I have it. So the guide given to me, if you follow this guide closely, you will not be able to download it. If you also go to their site, you will not be able to download it except you understand these rules. Download it first, then use your WinNCP to push it to your Linux box to get your installation continued. Now take note, I've passed this stage. I don't need here again. Now the next thing I need to do is this guy to install it. Use yum to install. Take note, if this command, it's used for a file that is not digitally signed. So I copy just this guy to my Linux box. I will now go I can also copy it from where I want to rename to enable me copy. Good. I want to install this now. So you can see the trick, understand it. There's nothing there. All they put online, they are outdated. Nobody wants to review them. So if you eat the rock and it's not going through, you just get relaxed, you forget about it. No. Always see how to download it separately. Use your WinNCP, push it to your box, your Linux box, and proceed with your installation. Once I am done with the installation, once I am done with my installation, I'm almost done with everything. I will now go to my OMD. OMD is Open Monitoring Distribution, where I will begin to run my commands. We are waiting for the installation to get completed. If you are using virtual environment, please make sure you have a good memory and a good processor, else it will hang up your system, because your system needs good memory also to work with. So make sure you have a good memory. Here I use yes. Make sure you have a good memory and a good processor for your system before you use your virtual space. Else, get an ordinary system, desktop, and install your stuff. It's good you make your practice and understand it well. So I'm still going 142 is 27 of 142. Is it difficult? I need a response. Or is it interesting?
Interesting but difficult to new learners like us.
It's difficult. It's really difficult for you, person that have not done it before, but you just need to practicalize it. Everything is practice. That is why I itemize the steps, understand the steps. We first of all did our installation. After the installation, we do other things we need to do. But mind you, I will upload the video on my YouTube channel. I will share the link. So you can always go back to the video and see what we did. So you can use that to check up. I hope it's fine.
Yeah, better that way.
Oh, okay, that's good. So please practice it over and over, over and over, over and over. You can even implement it in your present organization and see how it monitors devices for you and see how it check uptime. That this switch, this router has been on for so years, so days, so months, so week. By the time you print out all those things and present it to the management, of course, they know that this guy knows what he's doing and what he's talking about. So this is just Linux. Understand Linux, basic things about Linux, and so on. Sometimes they may ask you, I remember the interview I attended sometimes ago, ABC Transport, they are using Linux, not Windows. As at then, I don't know now, those years. So I was asked to install Linux and configure it to control Windows Server. It's just what we have just done. It's just this. Just install your Linux, go to the network file, configure it, use the network IP address and put it on it. Make sure it's on the same subnet. I can ping my Windows server, vice versa from Linux and from Windows. And that's all. So the error I made then was when I was typing my my IP addresses, I forgot. I don't know they were case sensitive. I used small letter, and at the end of the day, the thing didn't work out. So I lost that opportunity then. So take note, if you are typing your IP addresses, make sure your capital letters are on. In fact, if you look at the previous one done, you will see that they are all on caps letter. So make sure your caps letter is on and you proceed with your typing. We don't know where this knowledge will help. So I'm waiting for the installation to get completed. before we proceed. But if you have any question, you can throw your question while we wait for the installation to get completed. So take note, we are still at this point installing. So after this install, I'm going to run my command. You can see it's straightforward. I'm going to run the command, and gradually, we are getting there. It will amaze you when we get there. All this command you see us do, you will see the GUI version, and I believe you will fall in love with it. For those of us that just came in, I told you why Linux. Checkepka is a comprehensive software package which basically requires Linux as its operating system. Its security is very high, that Trojan, worm, viruses cannot penetrate with files. If I use Windows environment, take note, Windows does a lot of updates, a lot of things can attack and affect Windows. And once your Windows is hacked down, every other thing you have on your Windows, they will go with it. So that is why we use Linux. Good. My installation is completed. What next? I run my command, OMD. Good. OMD what? I'm just showing you this, and you can also see where I make my notes. I make my notes, look at my commands, look at the output so that I won't forget what I am doing. I make my notes, but I'm just using the web so that you will know. You can also get it on the web. Make sure you make your notes, document your stuff. So on my own notes, see, look at where I am now, OMD. But let me continue with the web. So look at the output it has given to me. It gave me, you can see it, same. Okay. OMD what? I want to create my monitoring instance. I copy. Now, this monitoring can be any name. Take note, it's not a must you have monitoring. I can choose to use my organization name, create ABC. It's not a must, it is monitoring. Take note, you can choose anything. But whatsoever you use here, it's what you will start. It's what you will start at the starting point. If I declare it here, I'm going to start it here. So I'm creating the instance. Good. Because I'm a root. Okay, already there. The next thing is to start my service. Good. The next thing is this guy. So I want to change the password because it needs a password, the GUI password to log in. This is my login details. See, which you can change also if you choose. CMK admin. Take notes. Password, let me also give it 12345.com. 12345.com. I am done. I copy my URL. This is that monitoring I declared. If you choose any name there, that is the name that will come here. I go to a web browser. Take note, IP address. Let me see why I can't reach. I can't reach it. All these things are things you need to know as a tech person. I can reach it from my laptop. I can also reach it. Okay. HTTP. I can't reach my. Okay. Next thing I want to do now is that let's go back to my network file. VI etc sysconfig network script ifcfg e. Okay, let me go and remove other DNS I have there so that it can resolve. clear systemctl restart network. Okay, let me reboot my system. Remember, init 6, let's wait for it to come up. Okay, let me put it on static. Okay. Okay, stick. This is not a network issue. Okay, let me look at it again. So it's not going. Let's know why it's not going. So I want to look at everything again from the beginning. I've shut down my firewall. There's no firewall there. Okay. Let's see. There's firewall. Oh, it's firewall problem. Let me disable my firewall. I didn't run this command. Okay, let me go back and check. OMD start monitoring. Okay. Can you see? It's just firewall issue. So that you must have ability to troubleshoot. I'm telling you, it's just the firewall issue. I just bypassed that firewall command. What makes you a tech person is your ability to troubleshoot what the problem could be. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to give it. I want a static IP. I don't want a dynamic IP. Although it's not the problem, so that you will see how they do all that. Okay. VI. You should have known this by now. ECT sys config network script IFCFG. If you don't know your IFCFG, just tab it. Once you tab it, look at it. That's the first one here. IFCFG ENO. Meaning I'm in the wrong file. Let me see. Okay, good. So I come here, insert mode, static, IP ADDR equals to 192.168.55.10 net mask. On Windows is subnet mask. This net mask 255.255.255.0, that's class C. Then gateway 192.168.55.1, DNS 192.168.55.1. Let me also use DNS 1, no, DNS 2, 88888. I just want to use this, but ideally it's not the best practice because your query goes to Google to come back to your organization. So I don't normally use it. I just like for this lab sake. Clear? System CTL restart network or service network restarts. Good. So ping. I'm good. So I am, my login detail is CMK admin. Then my password 12345.com. Hey, this is the interface. Amazing. Can anybody respond to this? Hello? Are you there?
Yes, we are. Oh,
Did you?
we
did
are
you see
just
the-
following up. Yeah.
You can see the interface. This is what we have
Yes, yes.
achieved. In fact,
Okay.
it is very interesting. I'm telling you at this point. Now, the next phase is we will now go and configure it. Look at it. I have gotten to this place. I'm going to add host to it. I'm going to add host to it. I can download my host. That's my agent. So I can go back to what we have downloaded my stuff. I know I have agents. Chekemke Enterprise 1.2, 1.4, Chekemke Raw. Okay. This is my agent. If you can see my screen, this is my agent. So I'm going to use WinNCP to carry this guy and drop it. Just like what we have here, you can see they're referencing the server is from the server to have that Chekemke. Okay, so let me go and get my WinNCP. WinNCP, you can easily download it. Log into 55.10. I don't have password on it. To 168 55.10. Root 12345.com. Okay, using root. Good. I'm in. So I'm going to carry my agent. That is my agent. Chekemke agent. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to untie it. I've downloaded it. I'm going to untie it using this command. So let's go back. I can use my LL. You can see the agent. I can use my LS to list. You can see it. So I use this command to untie it. Just like something is zip. I want to unzip it. RPM, IVH, then C, tab, agent, good. Okay, this one is not going. Let me look at another command to use to untie it. Exactly. Check MK agents. Oh, sorry. This is no wonder it's not going. I installed 1.4. Check MK 1.4. I am installing agent 2.0. That's why it's not going. Let me look for agent of 1.4. This 2.0 agent. Check MK 1.2. Check MK 2.0. I did when I installed this 2.0, this agent would have gone with it. Installing asterisks. Choose. Okay, it's not a problem. Let me see. RPM, IVH. Oh, sorry. RPM, IVH, Chakemke. That should be Chakemke agent. I need to download it. Agents. I can equally download it from this guy. Or let me even see if this can go. I'm just gonna remove this agent. I don't need this agent. Delete. Download chemical agents. Okay, let's see my water configuration, which is here. Host, create new host. I'm not creating any new host. Water host, you see the following, just like what we are seeing here. I should be able to download agent from here. I'm looking at it, host, tags, users, event, monitoring agent. Good. I can download from here. Package. Okay, I have agent from here. Okay, so from this place, I can now begin to add what I want to manage. Let's begin to add what we want to manage. I come to new host, a new host. Maybe I want to add my 192. I want to add my router. IP address of the router is 192.168.55.1. Okay. I think I've not installed agents. My Wato. Let me see how to install agents. I've not installed agents. Agent must be installed. 1.4. I get my agents. Monitoring agents. Linux agents, system sockets. Okay. I need to install agents. LPM. How to install. Choose platform. Platform is CentOS. Downloading and installing Chocamke. Okay. Another option is if I don't want to waste my time, I will just install 2.0. I don't know. I can't find my 1.4 agents. Where is my agent? I cannot find. Store agent. Where is my search? You can see all of them are still carrying the same site. Take note, this site is not working. Just use the method I gave you. Can you see? They didn't use monitoring, they used sandbox. I told you it's not fixed. You can change it. You can use anything you want, but make sure it is what you declare that you are going to use. That's the IP address. That's what we have done here. We have this interface, adding a Linux. Okay. Okay. We need to add Checkenke sandbox agents. Okay. Let me see this way. One six eight 5.10. CMP admin. 345.com. Okay, agents. Chemical agents. Good. I think I have it now. This is the RPM I want to install. I think I have it. So that's why you need to know how to use your online stuff to get what you want as the rig folder. Good. I use my WinNCP agents. Good. So installing complete. Just few files that took us that long period. Okay. So the first host I want to add is this guy. Activated. Comment. Take note. I hope you are still there.
Yes.
So you remember when I added host, it didn't take effect until I installed agents. And I didn't keep this in my record, but you need to take note of everything you do. So install agents, create this password, then install agents. Agents. Okay, it's better. Then after installing agents, that's all simple. Okay, I think I'm good. Just to install my agent from this guy and run it with a command. This last command we use, RPM command. good. Okay. So it's telling me how many hosts did I add. I added just one. If I can add as much as possible, I can add 20. I've just added my gateway. That's a 55.1. So the next thing I must add, can you see? It will tell you if it is down. The next thing I must add is the host itself that has the Linux in case of issue. New host. Linux box. Linux box. IP address 192.168.55.10. So that I will even know when my Linux box itself is down. Save. Then monitor. Two changes. Activated. Can you see? Sources. So let's go back. Let's go back. You can see I have two devices. Can you see? This is up. This is down. Let me know why this is down. Let me ping CMD. Truly is down. And that is my gateway. It's just because I'm not doing anything on the internet. I wouldn't have known that it's down. So my tools make me know that this guy is down. So once I come here, I will know that this guy is down. It shows red. I will know that this guy is up. It shows up. So I don't know if you're able to learn anything today. That is just that. So I can add as much as possible. I can add as many as possible. As many hosts, routers, switches, servers. It will tell you everything you need to know. And you can see that's how you keep adding all we've seen, working with it. I can even, of course, if you have the link, you see this in the video, you will see the link. You will see the link of this. I can even share it in the message box. Just get to the message box and pick it up. That's the link. Does anybody have any question? Let me also add something again to manage. New host. Let me manage my what again? What do I manage? A server. Activated. I don't want to put any comments. I don't need any comments. Can you see 3? My server is up. My gateway is down. My Linux box is up. So each time I come to this place, if I pick on this 17 stuff, I will look at it. CPU load, my CPU is fine. Look at my CPU. Look at my CPU utilization. It gives you, look at this is hard disk summary. It gives you details of each devices on your system. Look at my memory. It's telling me memory I have left and things like that. The memory I assigned to my virtual and so on. I don't know if it sounds interesting. You may not have any question now because it looks like as if I'm doing magic, but just practice. Once you practice it, you get used to it. Any question?
No, no question.
It looks boring.
Not boring. Well, tech persons like us, it's not supposed to be boring. But
Exactly.
just the time to know this through practice. It's not a day study. That's the truth. Not a day.
But if you have the video, it doesn't take, if not for agent, some things we're looking at, if we do it straight away, it should be less than 2 hours. It should be less than 2 hours stuff. So I'm going to give you the step by step. Of course, you have the video. Just install the CentOS, follow it step by step, and do. If you don't have, you need internet. If you don't have internet, you can download all these patches from the office, and you will use your WinNCP to push your agent. And I'm also available for you. If you are installing, you have issues, you can talk to me. Is that all right?
No problem. Very all right. But I'm more familiar with this Ubuntu. That is why this CentOS is just somehow confusing. And the Ubuntu is more of a very good GUI. And though it is being installed by our specialists, then we, the administrator, will run it. But this one, well, practice being perfect. I need to learn more. Before
Exactly.
I
Now,
say,
if I installed GUI for this, it's beautiful, but I choose not to install the GUI so that we can learn. It's just like you having the GUI for Windows Server. It has, for those of you that started the class, you will see it. I showed you with GUI, but I didn't choose that. I installed the core. So if I install the GUI, it also gives you the feel you have for Ubuntu. And you can also do a Google how to install Checkmke on Ubuntu. It goes still. You can still use Ubuntu. You can use Debian. But it's just that the command might be a little bit changed, a slight change. Like in Ubuntu, I don't think you use yum for install. You use on CentOS, you use yum. On Ubuntu, you don't use yum. But those things are small things you can easily figure out. What command do I use on Ubuntu? You, of course, you know what you want to do. You know where you are going to. You get.
yeah, no problem. Practice make perfect. You know that I said earlier.
Exactly. So I would like everyone to go to the group, put down your comments. You enjoy the class, you need more practice, just put down how you feel about the class. And once again, I told you I'm dedicating this class to my wedding anniversary today. That's why we give out this sacrifice. And put up your words. I want to
Happy
hear.
anniversary.
Thank you very much, sir. So I want to hear your kind words on the group. If you are coming from IT Professional Group, I need your words there. If you are coming from NCS, please put your comments there and let's pick it up from there. Thank you very much. It's a nice time together. I believe we have time again next time to talk more. Remember, if you have issues, always reach me. But I will appreciate you to practice it. Once you practice it, you know more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very
The
much.
video will be shared in the group. You can visit. You can use the video.
Thank you.
Yeah, video will be shared in the group. I'll put the video there. Just get it. But please, if you can't get the video, reach me privately. I don't know whether you're coming from NCS. I'm going to share the video on IT Professional. Okay, I'm seeing one of my big engineer here from NCS. I'm going to send the video to engineer Oluwaniyi. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. I'm going to share the video in NCS too and on IT Professional Group so we can have it.
Thank you, sir. And
You're
thanks
welcome.
for good presentation.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate my big engineer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I will share the link. Use the video and look more. You can reach back to me if you need any advice. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.